Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to the midst of another battle as we take out one of my old favorite premiums. This is the Panzer III something or other with the short 75, the add-on armor, high fire rate, heat ammunition, which performs a lot better now than it did in the past, as you can see. And at a 3.0 battle rating, you can often face those 2.0, 2.3 vehicles that suffer greatly against both your armor protection and your firepower. Speaking of, here the B1, as we take a few bites out of him, bouncing a few shots with our armor there as some unidentified tank shoots at us. Take a shot at the Cromwell, and before he can take us down, he is in turn destroyed. A shot bounces off our side armor, quick reload, we're able to take out that fairly useless French fella. Sorry bud, I know the feel of that French rank 1. So we are in the heat of battle already, as Shadowplay was not capturing the full extent of this match. This was a battle game type, and we are just about to suffer our first loss. Just as well, I've already showed off that tank on the channel before. It is one of those low rank premiums that I really enjoy, and you'll notice that my lineup's been fleshed out quite a bit with the premium Yak, the premium IL-2, and the Welly added to my lineup today. With the 50% off sale and the already low cost of those vehicles, there are a ton of German ground and air craft that are going for great rates during this current 50% off sale. If you're looking at what to buy into the future, even if this video comes out after the German sale is done, as I know it will, there's always that time after the sale where you look back and look at all the stuff you should have bought instead of that one high tier thing that you don't even enjoy because high tier is just no fun. You know what? It's always been that way. High tier War Thunder is not where the fun is, guys. It's down here in the trenches with the early war, the derpy, the low rank vehicles. Sit back, relax, enjoy using the skills you've built in your years of playing War Thunder at higher tiers. Take a vacation and shoot some holes into tanks at low tier. I showed off the Steam starter pack, which for $5 is not a bad deal, not the best deal in War Thunder, and it's really there for beginners. But looking back, it was a lot of fun to jump into those early tier American vehicles, and I gotta say, one of the things I really love about these low rank German premiums is that you get a lot of captured vehicles, and that really helps to flesh out the meta for German craft. Showing off the ground strike potential of the, what is this, the Yak 1B, something like that, as we take down our first and only tank that we'll be killing from the top today, although the potential is definitely there. Kind of tough to tell the difference between a Matilda and a T-26 from this altitude and with my graphics settings and my old dead eyes, but I'm just trying to get good hits on whoever I can. And unlike the Soviet LA-37 with the large cannon in the nose, this Yak has quite a bit of nimbleness and maneuverability. It feels like a lightweight fighter. It punches like a medium weight, so you can use your two nose-mounted guns to best effect, getting a little bit of ground fire, but not enough to worry too much about until the point where we get jumped by, what is that, a P-40? 6 50 cals coming our way, telling us we done messed up, and that engine damage is really going to cripple us as we go in to try and finish off this dogfight. I really feel like we would have had a chance against this guy if he hadn't gotten the jump on us, if we'd been paying just a bit more attention, but such was certainly not the case. But picking up a kill and a couple of assists helps us to get enough spawn points to do just whatever we like after the 4 kills we got in our Panzer III. So I told you I was going to get the Willy. Let's go ahead and give her a shot. Now, something to be noted. One thing that you'll see here is that I get a few hits on the cooling system of, I believe, a P40 when I'm using my defensive guns. I'm not really going to accomplish a lot in the Wellington today. And you know what? I don't think this is the only day that I won't be accomplishing a whole lot in the Wellington. It's not one of those aircraft that does well in contested skies, but I wanted to take it out, so I decided to. I'd already taken out my fighter, and I don't have a lot of really capable air superiority aircraft, so I thought, let's give the defensive gunners of the Wellington a try. What's the worst that could happen? We climb a bit, getting as much energy as we can for the coming fight, get some nice hits into that P40, but not enough to cause critical damage. But I mentioned that I hit the cooling system at some point, and I know I do because I end up getting a critical hit long after I've finished my time in the Wellington. And I thought, how could this be? And then it just occurred to me that the changes to the way critical hits work in the game, if you cause someone's cooling to leak out or their oil to leak out to the point where it causes critical damage to the engine over time, you get credit for that now. And I think we may have even picked up an aircraft kill on account of that. So that is pretty neat, and that's just one more reason to never give up as we go for a tight falling spiral here, to just give our Wellington enough of a lease on life to try and drop some of our bombs. And I'm gonna make my second mistake in 2 days of playing low tier War Thunder. That's right, experienced YouTuber, veteran gamer Toshio is gonna accidentally splat another teammate, and now I'm gonna blame it on the damage we took. I was trying to line up my bombs with that road that we're aiming for, and well, we listed off to the left a bit, tragically taking down a teammate. My apologies, I'm better than that. I shouldn't have done that. I made the wrong call, I did the wrong thing, and I blew up my buddy. Thankfully it's just a game, right? Anyway, friendly fire isn't. Now we take out what is not a premium vehicle. I know, for shame, but to be fair, it is practically gold itself. As you see, it has that yellow coat of paint, the gorgeous dunkelbraun, if I'm not mistaken. And here, Captain Doofenshmirtz attempts to retake the entire tri-state area. My team is still fighting on, well deployed in the map zone, and this is not one of those matches where I needed to carry my team. I am going to be very active, I am going to be very useful, but I see some people in the right places at the right time during this match who kept respawning and kept tactically positioning and advancing. There's our critical hit, and that is why we ended up taking home the win on this one. Battles are always interesting because that game mode focuses more on wiping out the enemy team and pushing them back and holding ground than the domination mode, I suppose, would be. You tend to rack up more kills, matches tend to carry on for a bit longer in general, and that gives you a great chance to show off the strength of a lineup. And I mentioned that the German premiums at low rank, us now at 3.0 battle rating, are quite good, but the Sturmhaubitze, what is this, a 105 with its 105mm or 10.5 centimeter diameter gun. Diameter? Yes, diameter. Sorry, bit of a Doofenshmirtz moment for me there. And its gun is quite good, although the ballistics are poor. Again, firing heat, it has the potential to punch through rather thick armor as we take shot after shot from an enemy that's sort of hard to find. And now we see where they are, where they're firing from. Wait for the smoke to clear, aim our good 80 millimeters of frontal armor toward the enemy, take our shot, and track and transmission. We're just going to go ahead and stick right here. It's the American 37. It doesn't do well against sloped armor or thick armor, both of which we have on the front of our Sturmhaubitze. So, with 80 millimeter flat plates and 30 millimeter angled plates on the front, and then 30 millimeter flat plates on the sides with some skirts that are, I think, intended to protect from infantry weapons, the Sturmhaubitze 42, yeah, that's what it is a very solid vehicle at this 3.0 battle rating. In an up tier, you start to face things like the Shermans that can punch through your armor with few difficulties, the 105 Sherman being even below your battle rating with the potential to punch through your armor, and yet your gun is just as good as theirs, your armor quite good, and angling also something you can pull off. And that is a nice feature of the Panzer III and Stug chassis. The Panzer IV chassis is a bit different as it has those angled shoulders to the frontal armor. If you angle at all, it reduces the effectiveness of that portion of your frontal armor, gives enemy tanks a nice kill shot on you. So I actually prefer the Panzer III chassis when it comes to armor protection, especially once they bump up to that 30 millimeters of side armor where you can angle more than just a tad and make the most out of your frontal armor. You're also going to see the Panzer III M, which is a very well armored medium tank for its 3.0 battle rating, with a cannon that fires a not entirely disappointing APHE round. Actually, I'm not sure you will see the Panzer III M now that I think about it. It's in the lineup, but looking back, we do manage to finish this battle without dying another time. As we take down the Tetrarch, if you were able to hear the in-game sounds, you'd notice that I'm listening and tracking where tanks are moving. You can see me looking around left to right, coordinating where those sounds are coming from, checking the minimap to see if those are allies or enemies. And the reason I don't have the background audio in this video is, like many other videos, I was just relaxing and playing the game and enjoying myself with some, in this case, Indie Mouse playing in the background. And I didn't, I don't know where that round went. I think it hit the obstacle in front of us. I wasn't able to filter out the show in the background in the audio, so I just muted it, and I'll give you some music to listen to. I have been enjoying adding music into the background of my videos lately. It's been a lot of fun, and it's been really nostalgic for me to listen to some of my old video game music that I like to put in the background, and also to play these low-rank German vehicles from battle rating around, well, just right from the start at the reserve tier. Germany has the strongest reserve tanks, and from that battle rating all the way up to around 4.0, they're extremely effective in both their regular tech tree and their premium vehicles. And again, as I mentioned, on sale, the tanks and aircraft in the first 3 ranks of the German tree are very cheap in terms of Golden Eagles, and I think that has a lot to do with the fact that these were premiums that were available early in the life of War Thunder before inflation hit too hard, and it's a great way to spend $2, $3, $5 on something that can just be fun to play. And whether you're starting out in the German tech tree, which, by the way, is going to be an enjoyable experience if you are willing to build your skills and learn a few things, put yourself in a position to where your very powerful gun can be used to the most effect and mitigate the weaknesses of your armor, you're going to have a good time with the German tree. If you're not having a good time, that's probably a hint that there's some lesson that you haven't learned yet, because Germany is very effective at these battle ratings. In fact, I dare say at most battle ratings, German vehicles are able to perform once you get up around 6, 7, and 7.0 onwards. They're less dominant than they used to be in the earlier tiers, but they're still very strong. So if you're looking at what to pick up when it's on sale, German ground and air forces at the low ranks are dirt cheap when they're on sale. And I've had fun with every single one that I've bought. And I am a collector, so there's some things that I just like to have, and I don't play all that often. But the Panzer III that I showed you early in the video is definitely an exception. It's a fun little tank that I don't have any reason that I need to play it. It's not useful for grinding anymore. As you see us closing in on the enemy positions, wiping them off the map, look at the way my teammates are backing me up here, and I dare say it sometimes feels like this is more common in German teams than it is in American teams. Maybe it's just me, but my allies were giving me great support here, and that was just a good feeling. Now, as a War Thunder player, I try not to focus too much on relying on allies. I just try and do my best and respond to the situation and see what happens, and I certainly don't blame my team if things go south, even if it is their fault. It's madness to pursue that line of thought, because there's nothing you can do about good or bad teams. You just gotta do your best. And like I said, German vehicles are strong at this tier. Kaboom! We fired just a second too late to save our ally as it gets taken down Su-76. Not enough reload to take down the potato truck, and that is one weakness of the Sturmhaubitze 42 that I haven't mentioned yet. It does have a longer reload, probably because of the two-part ammunition that it uses, the fact that it's firing a howitzer, and well, it's just so strong in almost every other area that it makes sense to balance it in that way. Even with the additional armor in the side skirts and the thick hull armor of this vehicle for the size of the craft, it does have decent mobility, as you see, tucking around the battlefield and able to traverse and angle its armor effectively, angle to bounce a shot and then whirl around to line up the cannon, and all those fun things you can do in a vehicle that has a decent amount of mobility. A field gun carrier that is effective at both close range brawling and longer range encounters, a very competitive vehicle in the regular tech tree of War Thunder. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with this match, and I was glad to share it with you guys. This is the second video I've recorded today. Good stuff. And I've definitely enjoyed unlocking more low rank vehicles with my Golden Eagles while things are on sale. I think I'm done buying German stuff. I picked up the Welly and the Yak and the IL-2. Now, I can't wait to fly the IL-2 a bit. It's a beautiful, gorgeous aircraft. Both the German Yak camo and the German IL-2 are just absolutely beautiful. I love the color scheme. I love the way the colors stand out. They're just very nicely designed. As we finish off the match by helping our random teammate or squad mate to repair and plug in the channel. Anyway guys, that just about does it for this one. I've been having a great time. I've been having a lot of fun. I've got the grandma over, my wife's mama, and she's such a sweetie, and she's been so helpful watching the girls. I'm about to go eat dinner with my own mom out in a nice restaurant, so looking forward to that. And then 4th of July is soon to be upon us. I've got some more lawns to mow, some more premium stuff to buy, and a little birdie told me that the packs are going to be on sale soon. They might even be by the time this video comes out. Anyway guys, catch you in the next video. Bye bye. Oh, and join the Discord already. Link in the description.